the question mark from fans has always been, how can you compete with Korean top laners? Game 1, best of 5, here's Darius into a Korean Fiora top.
Well, I think he has a good matchup. You know, this is a matchup that Darius definitely can run away with, especially if you get ahead early. They have that pairing with the Nid, so does Darius, so does Nidalee, to really be able to match up what their opponents have.
And I know that throughout this game, we're going to be keeping our eyes on that AD carry matchup, Paze versus Hansama.
Are in the bot lane and they're playing red side. They love looking for slow shoves under the tower and then getting both caps going down towards the bottom side. Doran's going to be ticking away to this passive. The hemorrhage, the flash away from Doran. And Broken Blade may be on the weak side.
Very good trade against caps, but the map has now been split.
Level 1, they're going to dive.
The light has cleanse. Paze has cleanse, in fact, uses the early light, looking for the damage. Mickey tanking up the tower, he'll fall. 1-for-1 so far as Hansama now opens up onto Delight, but you can't really tank a Leona underneath the tower. No turret shots going onto Hansama means that he can just walk away.
Well, he can actually get flashed on here potentially. This is getting pretty risky because he has no cleanse. The
charm going down. Caps flashes, Chovy flashes.
He's back towards the bot lane.
He's going to get caught up with the concussive blows, and Hansama will get this one. On the board, the Draven now, and G2 starting to snowball through this bot lane.
And I think Broken Blade's going to have to leave, right? And even just making him leave is such a big victory because there's so many minions here, but they're going to look for this dive, and he hasn't left.
No one's taking the tower as of yet. Doran's going to do it. The pulse coming out, and Broken Blade's locked up. 100 health is not enough. Doran.
Chovy has push, so they can actually bring it down if they want. You know, Chovy has his ultimate available here.
I don't know, Delight and Paze are backing. This is more of a steal than anything else, I think. And in the end, it's 400 gold down. Yeah, Hansama is getting some stacks up, looking to see if this Rift Herald is being taken, and it is, but not going to be able to steal it away. So for the moment, Gen G have weathered the early storm that G2 have put down.
To find Peanut in his own jungle, push Doran back.
Doran will just retreat from the safety of the tower. Frozen Tomb's going to land, though, as Peanut has been locked up, and Yike will take him out.
A little overextended in his side of the jungle, perhaps didn't expect Yike and Caps to be invading so aggressively, and he ends up losing his life. But it's still a very close game. They look for Mickey.
Saw Peanut with the Scryer's Boom. Yike stopped his recall because of it. Cease and desist under the tower. The Solar Flare coming out as well, but Mickey is very tanky on this Braum. Glacial Fissure has been popped with the light. Not underneath the turret shots. Should be able to back away. Ignite ticks on him, but he does retreat. The Whirling Dead. He hasn't got the stacks to get through that Eclipse. The Spear finds its mark.
Then you really do kind of have this lull until you can create that Mythic. And Broken Blade obviously is set very far behind because of the dive and because of the early tier 2 boots, but we're going to get a scrap here around this Herald.
Mickey misses the Winter's Bite and the Glacial Fissure. Everfrost coming out. Hansama dodging the charm as Mickey tanks it for him. Yike can jump out of the back of the pit. Hans looking for a little bit more,
TP
but now
coming
with the TP behind them, Mickey locked up, he's going to be sacrificed. The Solar Flare finds one as well, and Doran's on the chase. The Grand Challenge has been issued, and Hansama was chucked into the Lion's Den. Doran takes another, and on the top side, Caps will fall as well. They did manage to win out the level 1, level 2, but couldn't really do much more after that as Hansama's caught in the mid, and Doran has roamed around once again. Caught up with the Glacial Fissure, Hansama starts to open up. Double TPs have been invested as Caps looks perhaps for a Frozen Tomb. Doesn't follow the path. Can't go any further forward. Moonlight Vigil hits, only takes a little bit of damage. Hansama tickled by it, but already down to half HP with the Rift Herald charging in. Broken Blade apprehends Delight, but that's not really the target you want. The Eclipse going to keep him alive for the moment. The tower falls, Peanut goes in, and Hansama's locked down, and they just don't have the peel to keep their AD carry alive. Peanut takes a double, Paze takes one on top, and now the chase down continues as Yike is forced underneath this tower.
Plus there's the TP disadvantage. It is going to be a fully stacked ult there.
No mana right now. Broken Blade with the Ghost has already invested the flash. Doran won't have enough to dodge away. Can escape for the moment. Meanwhile, on the top side of the map, you can actually see Peanut on a rampage. Doran caught up. The shutdown will go down to Broken Blade.
Overall, a very impressive game from Gen G. The fact that Paze and Delight were attacked so often in the early game, they were able to weather that storm, and they've been able to bounce back, and huge credit to Chovy as well.
Hasn't been able to then actually wrest any control away from Gen G. As we see Broken Blade and Doran fighting up towards the top side. He dodges the Noxian Guillotine with the riposte. The rest of G2 trying to collapse while Gen G are pushing in 4 members strong down towards the bottom lane. The path comes out, but Doran can just dash away and retreat from G2, and now the inhibitor towers will be open up. Flash away from Mickey as he's caught in the cease and desist. The Solar Flare finds his mark as well, and Gen G find another kill, while Doran just toys with G2 in the top lane. The inhibitor tower will be raised to the ground, the inhibitor short to follow.
Great stuff overall from Gen G. There's just nothing standing in their way. Peanut once again forces Hansama back. The ultimate comes through from Caps, but the inhibitor drops and the fight begins.
The re-engage from Gen G is sublime, but Delight already taken out. The charm hits onto Caps and he will fall as well. Now in a 4v3. Gen G continue to push in. The spear does connect on Chovy. He's got TP. He was looking to bolster up his mana bar once again, but Gen G will escort their mid laner out of the G2 base. Yike still looking for the chase. No cleanse on Pays, but really no way to gap close for G2.
Yeah, but G2 just have to keep chasing, right? You have to stop them from basing. You need to try to get this dragon. We'll see if they can make it happen.
Doran locked up. Glacial Fisher goes wide. Doran looking for the damage on Mickey. He dashes away once again. The spear dodge, but Doran is low. One more axe would be enough. The TP now coming in from Chovy. He's looking for the flank with the Cosmic Drivers. Peanut is locked up. Pays down towards the bottom side. Peanut shut out of the fight. Pays will dash away, but Chovy on the backline finds one already. He's looking for more as he dives onto Mickey. That's another. The counter TP, but Pays takes another. And Chovy and Pays just dance around on the edge of the abyss. They play with G2. Caps pops the stopwatch. Pays dashes out of vision. And the Frozen Tomb will be your icy grave, Caps, as Gen G clean up the fight.
As Chovy secures another kill, Mickey now losing his life.
Well, he hasn't done it yet, Betty, but it's very shortly to follow as he does go down once again. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Chovy diving forward, pops the Zonias to keep himself alive for the moment. Hansama retreating underneath the inhibitor tower, and in the end, it's already a double for Peanut. He ceases and desists any hope that G2 had of winning this game. The Nexus in their eyes, Gen G will push in for 1-0.
Beautiful game from Gen G, and in sub 30 minutes, their debut at MSI is one of dominance. The LCK first seed is here to play.
A sublime performance from Gen G. G2 threw a lot of them in the early game, but Gen G held strong, and they will go 1-0 up in this best of 5.
6-0 and 15 from Chovy. 20 stacks on the Magi's as well. Church well and truly in session.
They have great utility.
They didn't
Their
swap.
pick potential is great, and it looks like that they will be sending the
Tristana
Tristana top lane.
If I actually did not know which team was which, I would tell you that
That's
this was G2 on the red side, 100%, right? Like, this is the inverse of last game, where it's actually like, you know, a potential three-way flex. You know, we're talking, oh, okay, Lysandra gets locked in. Oh, maybe it's going bot lane, maybe it's going mid lane. No, it's actually going to be, did he
And
win?
they lost.
Oh.
So it's a good sign here for G2.
Well,
Worrying trend for Doran.
We'll see how things play out. G2 as a team is not the best at playing around top. That's not to say that they never do it.
Kind of to be expected when you're playing double range matchup. The range that is physical damage tends to be a little stronger. Early flash from Chovy. Caps.
Moves around and actually facilitates his side lanes when he gets an advantage.
Hook lands. Flame Chompers goes down as well. Delight should be able to walk around this one, but they're just trying to turn the damage back onto Mickey. The Ignite ticking on Mickey, and he'll fall first. Pays takes him. Doesn't have the flash, so it would have had to be a flash hook. There's the stun in the Glacial Pass. The Spectral Maul's going to land as well. And in mid lane, Chovy with a great Ring of Frost keeps himself alive. 1 for 1 in the end as the auto follows him underneath the turret.
So that's after a support roam. That's after a gank from the jungler there. And Mickey, he might just be dead.
Pays has the Inferno. Not quite enough with the Q in the end, Mickey.
Lead, we're able to come out on top, and oh, nice Hex Flash.
Locked in, the Hex Flash already. Pays going to get the root as well off the Gravitum. Yike's here to try and save his AD carry, but he can't get there in time. Yike goes forward with the Spectral Maul, but can't land it on Delight, and now Yike and Mickey just going to have to catch this wave.
I wonder if he is going to focus more on the side lane. Of course, it is double AP solo laners, so no Magic Mantle, not bad by any means. Peanut likely to retreat here. There is 6 on Broken Blade. Will he look for the flash?
Well, hook on Pays as well, down towards the bottom side. Flashing forward, he has red, white, and he wants to fight. Another hook brings them back, and it's a double for the rookie in the bot lane. Caps is left alone, down towards the bottom side. Pops the Tibbers to get the stun up. Delight stun, locks him up with a knock up though, and Caps will fall underneath the tower. The Rift Herald will be taken for G2 in response, but overall...
To drop the Herald top, Broken Blade now becomes the main win condition for G2. As Chovy has spotted Mickey out, trying to offer some support in the top lane. But all of this gold continues to be funneled into Pays. You already mentioned it, Azel. He only continues to grow as a problem.
They're going to dive again.
Caps.
No ult.
Needs an EpiPen because he's going to have a Peanut allergy in a second as Peanut dives in. The lockdown comes out, and Pays is unstoppable. He tanks.
Caps here.
Hook goes wide up towards the top side as well, but Yike, the Moonlight Vigil, the Gale Force Pays! Oh, that was beautiful!
They had a solid early game from Hansama. They're now on much more scaling options in this second game, and Gen G is showing without that early game power, G2 just haven't been able to compete.
Flash play, look for Pays, but the hook comes back out. Hansama tries to open up, but they can just tank this tower for days.
But they're a team that, like, they can be meticulous, you know, with their vision, with their threat, and they know they have a numbers advantage right now. Chovy is threatening a dive, G2 sense it, and it's It's that presence that allows them to secure this objective largely.
Here we go. Lands, they're going to burst down Mickey underneath the tower. Delight tanks up the
Broken
tower
Blade
shots.
TP.
Yike will get one reset, but the tower does fall, and Yike goes down before Broken Blade can even get in. He dices his way away as the Gale force forward, and now Doran can just hop over the wall, and his hop skip jump for Gen.G. Doran dives out once again, 3-1 in favor of Gen.G.
They're going to grab the Herald as well. They've already cracked all the outers, so they're going to be looking for inners here.
Tibbers, flash over the wall, Doran dashes away.
Have the damage.
That's the Annie! That's the 100% ban rate Annie that just can't do anything here against Gen.G.
Performance like this must fill him with confidence as Delight looks for another pick.
And Caps will fall. Delight's going to get him. The stopwatch buys only a brief second to contemplate the embracing arms of death. Yike looking for something as well, does get the stun, but you can buffer a jump out of that. The hook, so obviously he played really well in the LCK, but he had huge boots to fill. Ruler leaving after getting Gen.G that title in summer last year. And now Paze is showing us, against G2 who have struggled, but showing us that he's willing to dash forward, to flash forward, to kill off the enemy AD carry. And he was solo in doing so.
The solo kill in the middle of the base at 18 minutes? Not even 17 minutes?
Now there is a flank position here. Broken Blade can try and get in. Paze goes legendary. The slicing maelstrom has gone down and Paze has fallen. Yike gets the reset, dives forward as well with a Heartbreaker. And a small, oh so small glimpse of light at the end of the tunnel for G2. In the end, it won't mean much. The Aphelios being fed is good for you.
Yeah, right.
You just steal it, right? Caps goes down as Dorman now on a killing spree. The TP was cancelled, but the hook connects and Broken Blade will fall as well. Delight picking them up.
It's a 10,000 gold lead here. It's not even 20 minutes. They actually might look to end without Herald, 3:20 minutes.
3:20 minutes, what a win it would be. Mickey pops the play, the box goes down as well. TP in by Chovy. Yike gets one, but he can't get back in time. Caps is going to spawn in 1 second, but the Nexus Tower is the target. And with the minions, no backdoor bonus for G2. Caps looking for the Tibbers. Delight finds the hook once again. And how delicious it is for Gen.G to clean up G2. Once again in their base, Hansama shredded by the Shurikens. Yike can only stand and watch as G2 are just demolished by Gen.G. They could have ended this 30 seconds ago, but Gen.G want to just twist the knife a little bit more. Chovy goes forward, the Nexus falls low, and in the end, Gen.G, in dominant fashion, will claim the 2-0 over G2.
This is one of the most dominant international games I think I've ever watched.
You might, right? And what to me is crazy.
And then you have so much engage, which I think is the biggest difference from G2's position, right? You have the Rel to start fights, you have the Malphite. Regardless, either one can follow up on that initial engage. K'Sante, the disruption that he can create in the middle of a team fight, alongside then the range that both Azerion and Italy can.
If we kill him, record breakers.
World first.
World first.
World first.
Race to world first is going on right now. These guys.
He does look like a raid boss,
Exactly. Yike now looking up, 2v2. Yike looking up towards this top side. Doran does have the flash. He can't really escape. Knocked into the wall. Steadfast presence goes down. They look to burst him. First blood, G2. Yike escapes, but the minions will take him out in the end. He's executed. Peanut coming in from the side as well.
Yeah, I love the early defensive ult there from Doran. We'll see if they can make anything happen.
Early. There's the knock-up with a Q3 back into the all-out. Pulls Mickey all the way out. The quickness used by Mickey to escape. Chovy dashes back forward with the flash. Caps low on mana. Q3 once again hits Mickey. The Tibbers for the stun though! And Mickey sneaks his way away!
Oh, what a kill there from G2, but on top side, Broken Blade, no ult, no flash. You are dead, sir.
No way for him to get out of this one. Tries to put the damage back down onto Doran, but Peanut will swipe him away.
Hurt this into much.
Yike just flashes the
committed.
wall. Doran takes the tower. Doran's going to execute. Doran's going to execute.
Yeah, this should be theirs for sure. You know, Yike is here now. Doran's up towards topside, so he might lose a plate or two topside, but they are going to be able to grab this dragon for themselves, which is very, very nice. You know, trying to establish something from that bot lane control that they have. They have the better buy here on Hans, and he using his demolish non-stop. You know, almost has his third plate proc, and that's all solo. You know, he's been procking that demolish over and over and over. Has done about 1,000 damage already to the tower with it.
Chovy not taking the tower. It's just to clear out the wave. We'll see, we'll see. You never know with G2. And with how Gen.G have been playing, Chovy going forward, looking for the Intopo strikes. Caps able to dodge to the side of it. The Rift held put down in the mid lane. Yeet it! Yeet it, Yike! Woo! All the way back to the tier 2 as Yike helicopters it away from the battle for now. Mickey's coming across. Of course, the Rift held will work her way back towards this turret and still get the charge in. So really just delaying the inevitable here by G2. Shelly charges, the turret plates fall, and only one tower plate remains in the mid lane.
So the top lane matchup slowly starting to swing in favor of Doran as Peanut now threatened to dive.
Broken Blade, no flash, and the spear hits, and Peanut hungrily looking for it.
Man, it was lights out here as Peanut's now going to be wrapping around mid on Caps.
So much speed from Peanut through this jungle, constantly putting pressure on, goes top, comes mid, a turret secured in the mid lane as well, all 5 tower plates over to Gen G. Old lead for Gen G though as they continue to extend their advantage.
I mean, Gen G have the luxury of being able to just drop the Herald in mid now, create this extra point of pressure, force G2 out of the river, and as spectators to the objective, they have no real control around the bot side. It's Gen G that continue to dictate the pace of the game.
No deep wards as well for G2, so Broken Blade has to TP to the mid lane tower. Mickey going in, but Broken Blade is not here yet. Caps on the flank though, Delight getting locked up, Caps trying to get in with the tippers. Broken Blade flashes forward with the slicing mouse, but he can't get off the pace. Peanut is low, Chovy will fall. Doran down towards the bottom side will kill off Mickey. Peanut so low though, and Yike's able to take him out as well. In the end, a 3-for-1 in favor of G2.
Neutral objective really out of town for them to play for. Broken Blade in a bit of danger right now. Yike is on his way.
That's the blast cone. Slicing Maelstrom used. There's the stun. They're looking to lock up Chovy. He dashes away, but the stun connects again, and G2. But Paze does have to burn the ultimate to escape.
You've also got to say, by far the best position for Caps so far in this series. He has 2 kills. As
double root! Delight's so low, the Fairmonty. Yike's going to come in from the side as well. Delight is falling. Pace locked into the wall. And there's the knock-up with the helicopter as well. Pace dives in, but the feathers fly. Mickey picks up a double.
And just fights straight up, picking his Irakan, laning really well, getting pressure, forcing out those sums from Pace constantly in lane, and now showing up for these 5v5s.
I mean, Peanut's gone deep here. There's a blast code for Broken Blade, but you can't get away from the steadfast presence. He's stunned up, he's locked up, he was looking to stop the recalls.
Been trying to make happen.
Yeah.
And Yike, very present this game. He has been involved in 7 of the team's 8 kills. But let's see if G2 can maintain this momentum as Chovy has found another fight.
Peanut's on its way, the slicing mouse is being used. You can see Yike trying to distract Delight and Pace down towards the bottom side, but Broken Blade has definitely overstayed in the top lane. Peanut will take him out.
Happening, but when other members were like resetting on the map. Oh, hang on, they are actually just going to start this
like
one off.
the T1 special. They've had this done to them. Now they're going to try to look to do it in their turn.
A great steadfast presence into the copter, knocks the light away, but Yike is still in the midst of 3 members of Gen G. They're going to try and chase him down. Caps trying to keep them at bay. Mickey fighting Chovy up towards the top side as Hansama keeps that battle continuing. Seismic shard into the spear, but Yike dodges to the side. The red buff, the molten shield, the steadfast presence. The flash in the end will get enough, but Gen G have invested so much into trying to kill the Poppy, and G2 pounce.
You know, when there's so much CC and AoE damage on the other side, Peanut caught again.
But this, you still have the damage out, double force across the wall, and there's the Magnet Storm as well. Slicing Maelstrom has been used, but Peanut pops the stopwatch. Mickey down already. Paze takes 1, that's 2, and Gen G just ripped through the heart of G2.
It's just overextension over overextension on both sides, and Han's now in a lot of trouble here. He does have the ghost, he does have the ulti, and we'll be able to walk it out, but Chovy's coming.
Chovy has the all-out. Hansama can flash the wall to try and get away. Dodges the spear, but Delight's looking for more. Feather Storm. Hansama will escape one more. Oh, no! Not quite enough with the deadly plumage.
It does feel like G2 are making some very nerve-wracking plays.
There's no damage, again.
Well, they have
Chovy, they're just trying to keep him, CC'd for as long as possible. There's the quickness as well. Hansama now joins. Another knockup goes out. The all-out used across the wall as Chovy tries to retreat. Hansama looking for the root, but can't quite find it. And in the end, Chovy
setting up around these neutral objectives, looking to play around those dragons. You have such an advantage playing around those neutrals with Yike, but it's going to be Chovy just TPing to safety.
Gets him out. There's the counter TP as G2 look to collapse down towards this bottom side. Gen G nowhere near close enough to react. The steadfast presence coming out as well. Pathmaker held, dodges away from the knockup, but still gets stunned, and Chovy. G2 still have all of their ultimates as well. They didn't invest any of those into killing Chovy. The tier 2 in the bot lane will fall. Gen G can still rely on Paze. He is even on gold with Hansama basically, but they're retreating. They don't think they can defend without their mid laner. Peanut was doing the razor beaks.
Still in the lead as far as gold advantage, and they're still in the lead, I think, as far as composition, and Doran has no ult to escape.
Yeah, he's going to knock him into the wall. Hansama's going to try and shred through him. The last whisper already complete, and Doran already down, but the gargoyles caging for the moment. Caps getting onto the back line, the cleanse away from Paze. He dashes across the wall, but Broken Blade is looking to lock him down, and Paze is out of the fight. The Magnet Storm perfect, but the Feather Storm equally so. A double for Hansama, and G2 breathe life into Europe.
G2 are going off in this third game, battling back in such a massive way here. Haun's deathless, Caps deathless. The G2 carries have come alive and are now pushing in the base. They'll claim their first inhibitor of the series here. Looking to be in prime. He just is not doing the damage to knock through these frontliners fast.
The biggest differences we've seen is that FaZe is being controlled and Chovy isn't dominating the matchup.
Unstoppable force. Hunsummer has the Feather Storm. They're going in with the Magnet Storm as well. Hunsummer able to retrieve from it. Delight knocked away from the team, but the lightning crash into the slicing Maelstrom. Doran already down. Chovy trying to distract the rest of G2. The Feathers are pulled back and Chovy will kill off Hunsummer now.
He's now.
4v3 as FaZe begins to open up and he's locked up, he's stunned up, he's shut down by G2. Delight dashes across the wall. 28, Doran's up soon as well. Delight and Peanut are going to try and keep the wave, but with Tibbers pushing in and the super minions doing so as well. G2 begin to open up on the Nexus towers. Delight will fall down towards the bottom side. Peanut relegated to his fountain. And in their moment, oh so dark, G2 find a glimpse of light at the end of the tunnel. But instead, Genji want to shut that light down as Chovy goes forward. Mickey looking for the Nexus. G2, what a way to end it.
G2 will not be stomped in this series. And something that he often pairs with those AP junglers. I will say that when you kind of look at the comp in its entirety, Genji's engage is not the strongest. While they do have some disengage tools with things like the Lulu and the Tristana, an overall pretty squishy comp outside of the Cassante acting as a front line. Whereas I think that G2 do have a lot of scaling.
I'm still waiting for who he's Aurelian Soul support. I'm sure it's going to be coming out.
In the finals.
Yeah. Yeah, XPR.
Looking forward to that one. No Demolish, importantly for the Tristana in the mid lane. Often we do see that to try and continue to take the plates in the early game, but we have also seen Tristanas just get the push and then start roaming around the map looking for those top dives. Broken Blade can be a little bit squishy on the Kennen. G2 will invade here. Peanut was sitting at his Razor Beaks. There is a ward, no sweepers for G2, but Peanut kind of just has to give up the pressure. Might look to try and steal away one of these. He steps forward into the face of Yike. The smite goes down and Yike secures the Razor Beaks to kick off the game.
Melees is someone that did die to the tower, so we're going to be able to use this for a little bit of pressure now.
And the unfortunate reality is G2's bot wave is not in a great position. Mickey trading very aggressively at level 1 here.
Too aggressively.
There's the zap, there's the heal, but Mickey's ignited has to flash away.
A very promising early game state as a collapse comes through for Genji.
Try and get away, but Doran dashes forward. Explosive shot, will it be enough? Caps is ticking, but so's Doran. He gets away from the towers. Aggro and Caps doesn't have a way out. No flash left in the end, Doran.
G2 look for a play in bot.
Early flash from Delight, but Yike is here, waiting around the corner. Pays slow for the second. Steadfast Presence knocks back Delight, and there's nowhere for the Lulu to go. Hunsummer gifted the kill. And that is huge for the G2 bot lane. 11 minutes in, gold basically even between these two teams, 300-400, going kind of seesawing. But the first dragon secured as Doran dodges the shuriken in the bush. You can see
Broken Blade doesn't know he's there.
Peanut's on his way up. Doran look with the knockback. There's the all-out as well. Broken Blade pops the slicing Maelstrom. Does still have the flash, but how are you going to escape from the Elise? Peanut still looking for him. Doran dashes forward, and in the end, Broken Blade holds his summoner.
Will be spotted, and this should be the dive from Genji.
So Broken Blade has the Hextech rocket belt. He dashes in, the slicing Maelstrom coming out as well as Doran tanking the turret. Peanut takes half his health. Meanwhile, Yike trying to catch up Chovy as he rotated up towards the top side. The dash back with the all-out as Broken Blade now underneath the tower, knocked back with the Entopia strikes, but Doran's tanking it once again, and Broken Blade will get the 1v2. Now Peanut locked up by G2. Yike coming in, Caps here to join the party as well, and that Spider can skittle no further. Stumped under the boot of Caps. Caps can get back to mid here. Delight trying to team up with his mid laner as the all-out comes out from Doran, but Broken Blade with a slicing mouse can try and turn it back around. Doran very tanky right now, but Yike waiting in the wings. The Entofu not enough. Yike flash, smite, slap as he takes out the Genji top laner.
Really has no advantage on the Elise whatsoever. They're going to be able to even it out as far as the Drakes do go, and we'll see what the next is going to be spawning. So it is Cloud Soul, which can be quite powerful.
Peanut does have flash here. Already slow with the Ryalize. Yike looking for a little bit more. Peanut goes up, comes down, flashes the wall, the Singularity, and the skies begin to descend. But Peanut with whirling death, the wild growth enough to keep him alive. Doran now trading back onto Yike as Yike continues to step forward here. I think perhaps he needs to start to back away. The Ryalize show helping out, but in the end.
Well, and that's why I thought that the level 1 plan from G2 was actually so intelligent, right? Getting this level 1 invade. I think Caps.
He's going under the tower. Caps just locked up, but the witch comes out. Caps flashes away. Doran flashes forward, and in the end, a 1-for-1 on the bot side of the map for the tier 2. Doran dashing forward as well with the path maker. They really want to make sure that this charge comes in.
Well, and you can see there was no vision for G2 on that bottom side, and they have got to take a really good fight because while it is
Oh, they're gonna look, comes up, they look for Paze, the cleanse away, the falling star comes out as well, and Paze is stunned, but he's able to escape. The whirling death finds its mark, and now Chovy has to dash. Broken Blade flashes forward with the slicing Maelstrom. Doran trying to do what he can as well with the all-out. Broken Blade is low, Hun Summer trying to open up on Peanut, down towards the bottom side of the fight, but the Intoku strikes on Caps, will lock him up, and Chovy continues to dish out the DPS. G2, a man down right now. It's already down to 7,000
They gotta
HP.
be able to
Broken Blade
look at
looking for the
Broken
flank. He's coming round, trying to get behind Genji. Yike in the pit, 4,000 on it. Broken Blade gets stunned into the wall, all out, pulls him across as well.
Oh,
Caps is solo. Broken Blade pulls the slice of mass and the Wish coming out as well. Broken Blade trying to fight Doran down towards the bottom side, but the knockback onto Pina actually delivers him to Broken Blade. The super mega death rocket finds its mark, and now Mickey and Caps have to try and escape with the flash into the wall by Caps. He still gets a shutdown. The skies descend, and Pina, Paze, and Delight try to do what they can. They get to the blast cone. Chovy opens up that shield so big. Paze takes another, starts to get excited, and Genji start to get excited too. A shutdown in the top lane. Only Caps and Yike are left standing, and Genji are having none of that.
It's an ace for Genji and a Baron to boot. It's a team.
on that flank. The entrance to the fight from Caps was so problematic. You know, he used that fly, but he was actually too close to Chovy, so Chovy did really, really well. It is going to be the TP flank coming here from Broken Blade. Is it the Hail Mary?
Paze has the flash, slicing Maelstrom coming out. Paze able to escape for the moment, but Delight's already down. Paze can open up onto Broken Blade as they turn the fight around. The Wish coming out. Doran low, the singularity's being used. Yike keeps Doran in the midst. Chovy absolutely destroys G2. They step too far forward, and Chovy stomped them into the ground.
Paze walks away with a triple kill, Chovy with the immaculate flank, and Genji are looking to solidify themselves as the victors in this series.
And looking to make a date with Destiny, perhaps a rematch versus T1 in the second phase. Genji, there was moments of doubt in the middle, but they defied and they claimed the victory.
But really it was the team recognizing in that window what G2 were trying to do with the cannon flank. They immediately shut it down. The initial damage that Chovy was able to do onto Caps, and it really did feel like that throughout the early game, Caps didn't get to have the impact of the Tyrellian Soul that he wanted to.
I mean, it's a strong opening series here from Genji. Games 1 and 2, absolute dominance. You know, game 3 showing some holes.
Say